Hey everybody, it's Scott Stoltz with Teaching to Lead. Welcome and thanks as always for checking out one of my videos. I am sitting here today with Brent S. Harding of E3 Power Up.
E3 right? Power Up, yes.
And we will talk about everything you do and your brands.
Okay.
This is awesome, and I want to get into this conference too. I would like to give an intro. Brent and I met pretty recently here in the Boston circuit of great entrepreneurs, people who are making a difference in the community. And I've heard Brent actually speak a couple of times, and let me tell you, this woman has amazing energy, literally and figuratively. And after I think the second time I saw her, I went up to her, introduced myself, and I'm like, I have to spend some time with you. I want to learn more about what you do, hear more about it. I just think that you bring right off the bat, your impression, I think, is infectious.
Oh, thank you.
I love it. So to tee this up, Brent and I have been talking for a little bit. And you said a word a couple minutes ago, so to help explain what you do, you mentioned legacy. Mm-hmm. And you were explaining to me about making a real difference. And we all know talk is nice, yep. Talk makes people feel good in the moment, but you sound, and from what I know, about you seem to be about action.
Yes.
And you want to make a real legacy that made an impact. So let's start there. Tell me a little bit about that and how that drives you.
Okay. The strategy of the idea of legacy came to me when I was in my 20s and I had gone for a position as an executive director. And I remember the departing executive director said to me, well, you haven't paid your dues yet. And I remember thinking to myself, okay, but I thought you already paid those dues. I already know I'm going to have to pay dues, but are you telling me I have to pay your dues and my dues in order to progress forward? And if that is the case, then there is no legacy because I'm going to spend too much time paying all of these dues. And that really sent me on a path or on a trek to say, rather than us continuously having to start over again, can we leave a legacy for the next generation so that they have some building blocks and they're not starting from point zero. Let them start from point 25 or point 50 so that we really build and grow as communities, we build and grow as businesses, we build and grow as families. And so I'm very legacy driven for all of those elements. And in particular, I'm legacy driven for business, along with family, but when it comes to business, it's about the ability to develop or build so that we can pass it on to the next generation. And so that's really what drives me. What in that context, it drove me to produce a woman entrepreneurs conference.
Mm-hmm. Sounds
so
good.
That's the background.
So let's transition into that and this conference, which is coming up very soon. So action, legacy, and impact. And that's what I'm feeling. So what's going to happen? Tell us a little bit about that conference. What's going to happen there? The type of people there, but maybe even more importantly, what do you want people to walk away from that conference, either thinking, feeling, and maybe most importantly, doing?
The doing. That is the most important thing that I am driving for. And not only am I driving for it, but also the speakers that are going to be there that have bought into the event, the ambassadors that have bought into the event, is that this is going to be an interactive conference. We have some things going on in that conference to make it interactive. Not only do we have the presentations, I'm debating, do I call them presentations, do I call them workshops? Because out of that, we want people to actually do things in the environment. For example, we have Dr. Letitia Wright, who is America's crowdfunding expert. She's going to be bringing some pieces with her about companies that are local, that have clubs, investment clubs, that we can invest in their companies. And to drive women to do more investing. We're working. Goodness knows we're working. And I remember there's a commercial that I love where it's just like a gentleman like you and I sitting together, and he says, can I meet you at 3 o'clock? Can I meet you at 9 o'clock in the morning? No. Can I meet you at 12? And he goes through this whole time, and finally it's 9 o'clock at night. And he says, wouldn't you like your money to be working as hard as you do? Mm-hmm. That's a driver right there. We're going to have another course, and that is to get your edge on. And for those of you, what I mean by get your edge on, there are things that men do in business that women do not necessarily either know how to do or we're not doing them. So we want to give the women an edge. And so when they come in there, that edge is something that they're going to be able to take with them and to put into action. this is meant to drive us to action. Kit Peng is going to be there, so he's going to be talking to women about listening to sell, listening to speak is going to be an important component. Dr. Wright is going to be talking to us about becoming business celebrities. So becoming business celebrities. I'm going to be talking to folks about something that's really interesting. You know, small businesses produce a business plan. And typically that business plan is being used when you're going to get money, you're going to get financing. Well, entrepreneur, if you do not need financing, what's your plan? What is your accountability? So we've got 5 solid courses from investing, getting the edge, which by the way, I'll be teaching on getting the edge. We've got speaking powerfully, mastering that tool. We've got being a business celebrity, and then we've got what's your plan. All of that in an environment in which we are going to be networking. In fact, we have something called the deal board, which you got to be there to know what we're doing with the deal board. But we've got a deal board because we want people to come out of that room either making money, come out of that room knowing that they've got a potential client, a real potential client. We want them coming out with action. So the nuggets that come out, I like to say something. Our opening speaker is going to be Bobby Carlton from Mass Innovation Nights, and Innovative Women. And everyone is going to come out of there with a win-win. She's bringing something to the table that's going to be extraordinary for the ladies that are there. There's going to be something that they come out of the room with. You know, I like to equate it to this, and by the way, did you notice I can talk? Because I can go on forever.
I noticed that the first time I saw you.
There's something called a swag bag, and that usually has information, and you know, people put advertisements in it, yada, yada, yada. And what I'm saying to everybody that's there, because we're going to have some men there as well, what I'm saying to everybody that's there is this is not a swag bag event where I know I had a swag bag and I didn't take the stuff out of there for 2 years. I just happened to find it and went,
Useless stuff.
Or stuff that I certainly wasn't going to use at the moment. Yeah. No, this is a swag bag that you're going to take out in the environment, and you're going to utilize it in the environment so that it's inculcated. And you're not waiting until Monday to take action. You're taking action Saturday.
I like that. So you're giving them, knowledge, context, things to think about, expertise, like listening skills, tactics around that, and then actual stuff. So we have not even half a minute left.
Okay.
So let's bundle some of this up.
Okay.
We're going to talk more about it too. But so October 6th. Right.
No, it is September 30th.
Right.
Saturday, September 30th, from 9:30 in the morning till 5:30 in the afternoon. The VIPs go from 6:30 to 8:30. So it's general admission right now. Those are the tickets that are available. Exciting. And it's going to be at 500 Walk Hill Street at the Boston Nature Center. Exciting. And that is in Mattapan, Massachusetts. We are thrilled.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much, Brent. I love sharing and listening.